Hi, Flatwood here. Can you believe it? The day I wanted to go and play Glober on FED, there's no live show. So I went through all that trouble, create a new account, be a Glober, and join the Discord, go through authentication and everything. And yeah, just to find out there might not be a show. But just in case there's not a show, let's have some fun in the pre-chats with everybody in Discord. Let's see how it goes.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
So yeah, you can see I'm in the pre-chat already. I'm muted at the moment, deafen myself because otherwise I can hear everybody. They literally think I am a Glober that believes in the physical curve. Let's go and have some fun.
Audience as a result. So you're kind of weighing the cost. You going all out.
But that was kind of inevitable. So like basically it's already inevitable that they're gonna limit what you're saying. That's why I posed the question of when they come along and say you can't talk about flat Earth, which is already misinformation. It's considered because the general consensus of the scientific establishment is that the globe, the Earth is a globe, right?
But yeah.
So I'm saying like.
But wouldn't
So
you?
like when they come along, you're not gonna even have a Discord server. Then you're gonna be trying to talk about something else, and you're saying. So I'm not running from nothing.
But wouldn't you agree that the flat Earth is misinformation because it is a globe?
No, I would not agree with that. And what I would say is whether it's a globe or whether it's flat, it's not a topic that should be off limits. You know.
I agree with
Like
that.
who's to say it's misinformation? First of all, they need to demonstrate it first, and then everyone will agree. Like,
But we have
like anyone
pictures. We have astronauts. We have the moon land.
after that you can't. It's just claim upon claim upon claim upon appeal to authority upon begging the question. There's nothing involved. There's no demonstration of anything involved. That's the issue. So anyone with basic reasoning and logic, if you show me it to be true, I'm not going to come out here for no reason and say, oh no, I don't believe it. It has to be flat. It doesn't align with my, my personal beliefs. I could care less.
But we have astronaut in space, in ISS.
Okay, me and you are in space right now. We're in space, but you're talking about outer space. So why didn't you refer to it as outer space? Outside of what?
In the vacuum. We've
Which vacuum?
space, universe.
Yeah, so this is all stuff that you're under the assumption because you've been educated on memes, like you've been shown cartoon images and stuff and pretty pictures, and that's why you believe it is the way it is. Why don't you get a telescope and see it the way it is, and then talk about actual distances and then tell us how you measured that.
You know the geodetic survey?
Yeah. What about geodetic survey? What about it?
They measure curve.
Oh, how so? They measure the curve where?
They definitely don't.
Sorry?
They definitely don't. They measure flat and then adjust the curve in the mathematics.
No,
Yeah, they measure straight lines and then apply a formula to make it into a curve.
but it goes more than 180 degrees. So I don't know if you've ever heard of reciprocal zenith angle.
Well, we know what an angle is. Two
Angles
straight
off
lines.
the surface. I think you got a problem there, bud.
But they say
What's this
it's curved.
zenith angle?
It's because if it was flat, it would not go past 180 degrees. But because it's curved, it goes beyond 180
If
degrees.
it wasn't flat, you wouldn't get elevation angles.
But you create horizontal from tangent. So,
You can't create a horizontal on a ball.
but that's what they do.
Well, then you got a problem. You got
I don't
Hey, I'm
understand.
selling my lightsaber. Anybody want to buy it?
I don't understand what's wrong.
The reason
What?
the reason that you can't get a horizontal off of the curve is specifically because you're trying to orient your device.
Eli, you're very, very low, mate. Okay,
The reason that you can't get a horizontal off the curved earth is because the point of the device that you're leveling is to establish that it's perfectly level for the angle that you're going to take. And it's establishing that perfect horizontal with respect to the plane that we live on.
We know that you only see the apparent horizon, not the geometric horizon, because we live in an atmosphere, therefore you always have refraction that moves the horizon.
Not get hung up on the intro of how you do this with straight lines measuring angles, because suddenly yours are bent and refracted in standard terrestrial refraction. Suddenly we want to be getting hung up on the fact you can't get this straight line angle. No, it's the thing that proves Earth's flat. It's the point you lose. Not getting hung up on it, proving you lose and Earth's flat.
No, you're stuck on one point, and you.
What, that you can't get an elevation angle measurement from a curved Earth? Yeah, we're stuck on that point because it proves Earth's flat. It's the only point we need. You can't get one. You claimed a tangent. And yet, Black Swan, it's all refracted.
Not the geometric horizon, because we live in an atmosphere, therefore you always have refraction.
Yeah, sea level, to center of Earth. We're perpendicular to the level. So the water curves with the shape of the Earth to give it level.
What? Curve and level are not. Do you understand like any of that?
Yeah.
Like you understand that you know what level means? Like, I mean, it does not involve any kind of curvature. It's actually like permits. You know, it does not permit any kind of curvature.
No, it's just level. It's the same. It's the same level above the surface. It's a parallel.
Yeah, but that's a begging the question definition. It's not a justifiable definition. All other definitions of level are axiomatic based on the experience that we have with level. The only one definition for level, if there's any more, then we would love to discuss it. But so far, we found just one in Merriam-Webster, and it contradicts itself. So, unless you have any definitions of level that make sense, you know, kind of just
And don't pick themselves, no?
Yes, because I mean the geodetic survey says it's curved. They measure curve. It's what the books say.
No, they don't measure curve.
Because the pictures show a curved ball, and the theodolite or auto level shows straight horizontal above the curved ball, and then when they take the measuring stick or rod and it show drop.
Yeah, but that's not really true. It's not showing a ball. In fact, they take so many measurements that majority of them are outside of the window of error that they use for their algorithm. So again, it's cherry picking data, which is again a fallacy. That can't prove anything. You can't prove anything with fallacy.
So if I see a ship go over curve, then you tell me it's not curve. It make me not understand.
Well, you can't make it a baseless version like I see ship go over curve. Again, that's just begging the question unless you can prove it. Like, because your claim is that, well, the ball drops from your location 8 inches per mile squared, and you're going to have an obstruction of your view based on the calculation, the formula 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So unless you can validate what you're saying about both going over the horizon with the figures that I just gave, you're just saying it.
But don't you require physical horizon to block thing?
That's the point. And mathematically, it doesn't fit the description. The horizon doesn't block things. We've already established that. All we've talked about for the last 2 years is the reason why the horizon is not blocking things.
But I mean, we see both bottom up. The water is blocking. If it's not blocking, then
no, you're just saying that the water is blocking. You're basically just making the statement without proving it. And I'm telling you, you don't know that that's happening. And in fact, I know that that's not happening because the formulas don't work in reality.
You can't honestly tell me that there's that many like people out here that just stumble across like this argument, and they all come with the same stuff, man. Like they're all under this assumption it's a globe based on these simple things that are like easily debunked, right? Like, surely not.
I mean, if you look at the stuff that's available on YouTube, like the normie enters the conversation from that perspective. They're all gonna have these questions. That's the kind of power that we're dealing with when it comes to our controlled media. So it's not surprising.
But
I post. What I would assume from that, kind of like gather from that, is I would say like, if they're an adult and at this point they're still under the sub, there's no hope for them. You can't convince them anything.
I post a picture in the chat, live chat. Okay, you guys see that?
Yeah, validate that horizon is 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet first, and then I'll accept your premise, because that is the premise, that the horizon is blocking that boat based on the geometry of the Earth, which is in question. So long as you can prove that horizon is geometrically where the formula states, then we can move on with the premise. But there's nothing in this photo that will give you any reference to where the horizon is. You just have the assertion of the reason that I'm seeing the bottom of these boats disappeared is because of Earth curve. But you can't justify that. That's just begging the question.
But then how does it block the bolting? The boat can't be blocked.
That's not my concern. If the answer isn't, because remember, your claim is that it's blocked because of the geometric horizon.
Nah. Nah.
Yes, the photo show this. The photo show that.
Ask me, what's blocking it then?
The water
is a burden of proof.
But I can see water blocking it. Can't you see the water?
We've been speaking for 15 minutes almost. Okay, I already conceded we can see what we see, but I told you that you can't justify that what you're looking at is Earth curve.
I can, because when we say curve is physically blocking the boat, and I bring photo validating that we see the water, the curve blocking the boat. It means the curve is physical.
Do you know what an affirming the consequent fallacy is?
No. What's that?
Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up right here. So, affirming the consequent, sometimes called converse error fallacy of the converse, or confusion of necessity insufficiency, is a formal fallacy of taking a true conditional statement and invalidly inferring its converse, even though that statement may not be true. Which the statement in this instance is that the boats are going over the curve because they're blocked bottom up from the horizon.
But Bill Nye says it goes over the curve. Neil deGrasse Tyson says over the curve.
Is the Earth flat or round? It's flat. Okay, now let's see. How do we go about proving that? Go to a seashore and figure out why you can't, if you live on the East Coast, figure out why you can't see Spain.
So are they lying now? All the scientists in the globe lying.
I told you the formula, and if you were to justify the statement rather than use this affirming the consequent fallacy that you're using, but if you actually had evidence of the horizon being at a specified location based on the geometry of the globe, if you had that, then you would be able to answer that question yourself. I don't think that I need to spoon feed you like a baby and help you come to your own conclusions. You're supposed to do that based on information.
Yeah, that's
but
what
if
the
you're
refraction.
If you're just going to assert that this photo is proof that there's Earth curve, in spite of my rebuttals to that about 3 times, there's not really much else I can say to you. It's not like I want to argue with you or demean you or call you names. We can't really take the conversation further because you're not actually responding in a way that the conversation can go forward. Because it's not like I'm not addressing you. You're just not addressing me.
But you're ignoring refraction. I mean, the refraction can push it out further. So I don't understand how you say you debunk the picture because you physically see the water block it, just like the globes say.
Come on, guys. Like, you know he's joking, man. Like, he's saying, like, if you have a sand pile and something is hidden from the sand pile, that's the physical curve of the Earth, right?
Yes, in the ocean, like you see the water, it blocks the boat, yes.
操你妈小逼崽子！你真没见过黑社会哈！操你妈的！敢不敢给我？
It's Earth curve.
Like if I hide behind the sand pile, and then I ask you to take a picture of the sand pile, you can't see me. That means like the ground is curving.
You know, a false equivalence fallacy. That's what you do. You're making a red herring.
Shields are us. Shields are us.
I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't provide any photo, like the angle the photo was taken from, like anything, the height, nothing. Like you're just saying that in the photo something's been blocked by water. Okay, the water's fucking moving. It's not sitting still.
But I can get another one with height distance if you want. It's oil rig. I see it blocks.
So you're gonna get the one with all the information, but you first provided like this one, like it was your, you know, go-to.
Wait, post the
But
oil
now
rig.
you're gonna-
I want to see which oil rig it is.
Okay, I quickly look for it. It's got height and distance, everything in.
Is this Baldwin?
11 points to bring you.
Who is Baldwin? Let's see.
It's like Hoyma's. Weimar bacon clone, like fusion or whatever.
I don't know what you talk about, but okay. Here we go. This one.
Get a cool dog.
I'm trying to get the information quickly on the rig. I think
let me ask you a few questions.
McToon.
Where are you getting this information from?
McToon.
Nathan, they're running a separate show.
I see. So
It's an interesting hypothesis, Nathan.
Put us on mute on their show and decided that audio chaos is all they're going to bring to this show. Oh, well, they're both server muted and deafened then. So they're not going to answer any questions. They're just going to play their own show while we're on mute and cause audio chaos for this show. Total cowards. Let's just have a summary of what's actually occurred. Toon has had 67 renditions of the fact he requires a flat Earth elevation angle measurement in order to perform his challenge. And instead of addressing that fact that I have laid to him personally here today, verbally, he's playing sound bites and games and running an award show rather than debating. What a pathetic loser.
Yeah, he showed this picture on his page, and you say this is because Earth curve blocked the oil rig.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, why don't we post the other one then? The other oil rig picture.
Another one?
Did McCoon post any other oil rig picture? Or is that the
No.
only one he gave you?
Everybody posts this one because it's blocked by the curve.
So that's it? There's no other picture they post?
No, I think, let me look. I think this is it. There's another one. I'm just quickly saving. You guys are really confusing me.
Well,
there we go.
It's because you're following McToon.
But he's a math guy. He's very clever.
Yeah, all right. I'll show you another one. Okay, maybe they're not showing you these pictures, but I'll show you. Okay, what about this one? The horizon.
Where's that?
What? It's the same picture as the top one.
It's got a lot of refraction.
Oh, okay. So then it's not a physical horizon.
But look at the bendy crane. It shows that because it's fraction, you can't. It makes it look flat. It brings up the image.
Define refraction. Define it correctly.
It bends the light to make it look like it's flat.
Yeah, so it doesn't bring objects back into view that are hiding behind the wall, does it?
But there's a lot of reflection. It's like what they call extreme refraction.
There's only one reflection.
So basically, the claim is that the horizon blocks things, but when you say refraction, you nullify that claim because there's no way to justify it. You make it unfalsifiable. So the horizon. So check it out. If you were to apply standard refraction, then the oil rigs would still be behind the horizon because the refraction will have increased the distance to all the things in your optical view. But that's not what's happening here. So, the fact that the cranes are bending, like, I don't know what that has to do with the placement of the oil rig itself or the geometric horizon itself. You're not doing a good job at clarifying these points and how you know, they're tied into the conversation generally and the point that you're trying to make. Because you're not making the point that the horizon is blocking anything. When we ask for proof and you show this and we say, well, look at this, you're saying it's because of refraction. And that just, I mean, I don't get it.
So we're not seeing any Earth curve blockage. You're not proving anything. In fact, you're debunking yourself.
You are correct, sir.
No, because if you have refraction, it make things look far. I mean, if you look at the Chicago skyline, it's because of refraction. You would not see it if there wasn't a refraction. It's not actually there. You think you see it there.
That's another
or there's no curve.
Yeah, that's just another baseless assertion.
I don't understand, because we taught in school that the Earth she curve, and it makes the obstruction. But because of refraction, it just takes it and move the horizon further away. That's why it's still physical. Because
you learned that in school?
Yeah.
The refraction index. Cool.
Well, you've just been told about refraction. It's nothing. You've just defined it. It's nothing to do with bringing objects out of, objects that are hidden behind a physical obstruction back into view. That's not refraction. You're getting mixed up.
Because it bends the light.
So what's going on here in this photo?
So light bends, so I guess there's no parallel sun rays that prove the globe. That's cool.
So what's going on in that photo?
It's just very fuzzy. It's out of focus.
It's not out of focus. Who took this photo, you can see the light reflecting off of the water from the oil rigs. There's no geometric horizon there. It's
how far are these oil rigs?
The same as at the top. It's the same photos, except the difference is this is taken at 3 feet. It's a small variation of distances, but ultimately the horizon is still supposed to be in front of those two oil rigs. Obviously it's not. You can't say it's refraction because you literally have a reflection of the water.
But every light refract together. That's why it make look flat.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with making anything look flat. There's no geometric horizon there blocking any of that water.
But the refraction moves the geometric horizon further out. That's why it looks that way.
But where is that? There's no bendy cranes. There's just a photo where you can see clearly enough that there's a reflection of the light from the oil rig onto the water in front of it.
Maybe the photo.
Refraction.
Maybe the photo's photoshopped.
But the light can't physically move a physical obstruction. It's physical.
I find it funny that you guys said all the scientists are just wrong. Do they just hide the shape of the Earth because you say so? How does this work? I don't understand.
Where's the shape of the Earth? You said
they're not all
experiment.
Not all
Aristophanes,
and they also don't hide it. It's clear to see. It's just certain people believe certain things. That's never been shown to them. They don't hide anything.
But Aristophanes, he experiment and he measure the curve.
So no, he didn't. He measured an elevation angle from the flat baseline, which was the Earth. He didn't measure any curves.
No, he took shadow and he say, the two wells, and he said the shadow line that only work on the shape of curve. So when he did the experiment, he showed that the curve can only be shadow can only be to the curve of the Earth.
Well, no, that's not correct. You use an elevation angle, and you can't obtain an elevation angle from a curved baseline, can you?
Why not?
Because it's an impossibility.
I don't understand why impossible. You have horizontal, and it's perpendicular to your new zenith, every zenith, so it make a new horizontal. So yeah, it curves away from your horizontal.
So no curves then?
But it is curving. If it goes over 180 degrees, it means it is curving. I mean, on a flat Earth, you should be able to see Moscow from here, if you wanted to.
Globe Earth, you should be able to start on point, heading one direction, and end up where you started.
Yeah, people do that all the time. They
Never
go.
been done.
Magellan. I don't know if you heard of Magellan before.
Demonstrate it.
Magellan sailed around the world.
Yeah, Harry Potter travelled through Hogwarts.
Harry Potter's fantasy. Magellan here, he actually he go on ship, and he died before finish, and his crew finished the circumnavigation for him.
Well, circumnavigation isn't what I just asked for. Circumnavigation is going from one point to one point to one point. I said starting at one point, heading in one direction, ending up where you started.
If you start at one point, let's say you start India, and you go around, you travel to, let's say, South Pole. You cross the South Pole, you go all the way around, and you go, and you end up at India again.
No.
You're picking the question of the South Pole and the North Pole, and you're picking the question of the globe, and you've not yet demonstrated how you've measured Earth radius. The only example you've given us is Eratosthenes measuring an elevation angle using a horizontal baseline, which is the Earth. So you're debunking yourself yet again.
What's the circumference?
24,000?
Like 40,000. No, in kilometers.
Yeah, 40,000 kilometers about, I think.
Yeah, so just start at one point. Lay a cable behind you as you go, and this cable will wrap around the whole Earth.
But how? How do I get a long cable enough for that?
Well, they have one already. The Africa 2 link, that's 40,000 kilometers long, undersea cables. So it's not impossible.
That undersea cable follows the ocean on a curved Earth.
But not what you just asked. You said, how do I get a cable that long?
But where must I get a cable? Not where is cable?
I'm just saying it's something that can't be done. So that's why it hasn't been done. Just like what I told you, I said, if it's a ball, because you were trying the logic of like, if it's the Earth is flat, you should be able to do this. Yeah, well, if it's a ball, you should be able to do this, but that doesn't happen. So.
But didn't you see? I think it was a few years ago where the pilots fly around the world. They did north to south circumnavigation.
I didn't see that. I wasn't on the plane, so no, I didn't see that.
Because they climb on plane and they fly over. They had live stream everything. Obviously,
did they?
Obviously, they did cut out at some places, but that is just due to technical difficulty.
Yeah.
But they did travel.
You don't have to plot the story. You could just pull it up. You don't need to tell us like your own version of it. Just pull it up.
I don't understand.
Can you even do that, or?
I don't understand what you want me to do.
Well, I can tell you a story about how I traveled around the world on a motorbike. Like I started in Africa and I ended up back where I started. Do you believe me?
No, because you believe it's flat. If you did it, you would know it's a globe.
No, I'm just asking you based off that. Do you believe me?
No, because you would believe it's a globe.
No, but that doesn't make sense. Like, you don't believe me because I'm just telling you, you don't have anything to believe me. The same thing you're doing. You're just telling me a story. There's no reason to believe you at all. You've already demonstrated.
Magellan is documented. It's not a story.
Why
It's
would
document.
Magellan, Galileo, and these are all fictional characters.
But
See, the problem we've got, Nate, is that the only thing you're offering is like you're saying things disappear behind the curve, and we've demonstrated with photography that doesn't happen. And your rebuttal's refraction, which you've defined refraction, and that isn't happening. Refraction doesn't bring objects back into view when they're hidden behind a physical obstruction. So we've pointed that out and shown you how that happens. And then your other evidence of the curve was an elevation angle measured on a flat horizontal baseline, two straight lines on the surface of Earth, which is not going to be done on a curved Earth. So you're not doing very well so far.
But you still haven't explained why the water doesn't block, why it blocks the boats. You just say it can't, even though I show a picture with it blocking.
Well, we've used your Earth curve calculator, these heights and distances according to the globe, where things will be hidden behind your physical obstruction of Earth curve. And we're showing you that's not possible. We've proved it wrong.
You don't understand.
Your Earth radius
I don't think you understand.
Has been debunked. It's over.
I don't think you understand.
No, but one day you don't understand. That's the thing.
No, because you see it with your own eyes. You can see the water blocking it.
Yeah.
So
we don't understand.
what's blocking it then?
I mean, you can have a little like when you,
It's just a sandcastle, bro.
Sandcastle blocks the boat on the horizon. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's physical blockage then.
Yeah, but your perception is like anything behind the tree is blocked by curvature. Anything behind that hill over there is blocked by curvature. That's your like perception. Oh, there's water blocking something. It's curvature.
The oil rigs, according to your globe religion Earth curve calculator, shouldn't be in view.
But on a flat
surface, light is not going to bring them back into view.
But on a flat
once
Earth,
once they're hidden behind a physical Earth obstruction, they're hidden from view using your mathematical globe Earth calculator, and we've proved it wrong. It's been debunked. So,
but then on your flat
Earth radius,
then
we've debunked it. We're showing you how we've debunked it, and you're not listening.
But on the flat Earth, nothing should get blocked up bottom up first. But yet we see photos where things block up bottom up. I mean, I cannot see Moscow from Venice.
Yeah, how much information do you think is from you in a straight line on the surface of the water? How much information do you have to input and take in from you out to 8 miles in a straight line? How many little waves? How many little bugs? How much evaporation in a straight line on the surface of water?
That's got nothing to do with what we see. Our eyes, we see it blocking, so then it blocks it.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
So why on
so like
what is
when
blocking
you have a
it?
lighthouse, like it's above the surface of water, right? It's only I don't know, 40 feet high, but it's 50 miles away, and you can see it. It's above the surface of water. So now you can get a different angle to it.
But you have not presented how things block up on flat Earth.
Things don't get blocked on a flat Earth. It's just due to perspective and your eyesight, what we can see, resolution. Nothing is getting blocked by a physical obstruction on a flat Earth.
Perspective.
I mean, you went right to being blocked again. Like if I put 100 I don't know, playing cards in a straight line turned sideways, I mean, you know, how far until all just blurs into one, to one color in a straight line, on a table. how much information do you think that you can resolve in a straight line?
Are you trying to talk about the diffraction limit?
Sure.
To be fair, like, did you learn about perspective and stuff before you like were you even, you know what I mean?
I know perspective is drawing. You have to draw to a point, like 2-point perspective. It converges, but nothing ever go below the line you draw. Because in drawing perspective, everything has to rise to the level. In reality, we see things go down below eye level.
Is that just like that's what is, or is there a reason for that?
Because perspective is only drawing, it's not real. There's no such thing as real perspective, it's only a drawing. It's because people are trying to draw perspective on what they see in reality. It doesn't mean perspective is real. I don't know if you guys have flown on an airplane before. You can see curve there as well.
Oh, we never flown on an airplane.
Well, he's got a problem. Neil deGrasse Tyson disagrees with me.
Oh, what does Neil deGrasse Tyson say?
Because he said even though the curvature, and that's a lot higher than your airplane, my friend.
But airplane, I fly all time and I see the curve at 30,000 feet.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson was going to say that you must have some kind of problem because he said the ISS can't even see the curve.
Then he must be lying. Because I see with my own eyes.
Before you said Bill and Neil say this, so it is so. So you must follow that logic now.
No, but you guys are saying they're liars.
But you just
but now you're saying he's a liar.
No, maybe how do I know you're not lying?
How do we know you're not lying?
There's a hostile witness.
What is hostile witness?
It means when your witness is going against the narrative, his own narrative.
But
hey, could I ask a quick question? How long have you been out here as a baller? Because some of these arguments you're bringing up, you're not real familiar with. I'm just curious.
Maybe
Did
2
you
weeks.
just come out
I think
a couple weeks ago.
2 weeks. Yeah, about
2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But it's always been a globe, so I don't know.
Because it takes a lot to like fake it that long. Like he's playing a character right now, you know. Like he's done all right to pretend to be a baller.
Yeah, well, we're all on to him.
Oh, I don't understand what you're onto.
Yeah, it was fun a bit. Like we know you're just putting on a character. It's not real, you know.
Well, yeah, that's the old question. Well, we don't know if you're lying or honest, but here's the thing, right? Seriously, if you're going to come out here, you should get real strong in your arguments, right? Because not mine, but these other guys, their arguments are real strong. And just like you talking right now, you're demonstrating that you don't even know how your eyeballs work when you look out over water. So you would have to demonstrate you know that before you start talking about refraction and all these other things that we've debunked. I mean, you've been whipped for a long time. That's why I asked you how long you've been coming out here. You sound like a nice guy and trying to defend these arguments that you haven't personally done your own research.
That's right, Stephen. I think we've all been very nice and calm and let the gentleman speak. And we've put forward our cases, and he's still not taking them on board. We've shown him how Earth curve has been debunked. We've shown him something to prove that. We've explained about elevation angles and how the Earth is measured, and we you can't obtain the elevation angle from
Okay,
a
guys.
baseline.
Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm not listening, so he's either very, very stupid, or he's coming to
Can you
do
guys?
some purpose.
Can you guys hear me? Flatwood here.
Yeah, it was okay.
I just have to tell you guys were ace. That was practically me, guys. I was a physical curve. So you guys did awesome. I was actually doing this for I wanted to do a live stream with Nathan and them, but since it was no show, I decided, hey, let's just have some fun here. It's actually for a recording. I'm doing it for a video.
I told you. I knew it.
But you guys did ace,
You knew
man.
that was ball, man.
But you guys did awesome, man. I was laughing the whole time.
You did awesome. You did it. You put it on. Like, to hold it that long, it's not as easy as...
I even had to go through authentication with Righteous. So thank you. Sorry about that, Righteous. It was quite...
You had to remove his rolls.
But yeah, I just had to. But it's nice. It's good. But it shows you these arguments I gave is actual baller arguments I get till this day. Ballers being in the arena for like 10 years already. That's the whole reason for this video, because I want to show how idiotic and how nonsensical it is with these people bringing up these types of arguments.
Yeah, you bringing up diffraction, the diffraction limit kind of was like a tip-off that you were not new.
Yeah, I had to get. That's why I had to bring my tune in there somewhere, just so it sounds like I sort of know what's going on.
I was like, alright.
But thanks
That was
again.
pretty good though. You had me fooled, I'll tell you that.
I so badly wanted to do the live stream because this is the first time I've been off now for a long time. So I've been trying to plan this for a long time. And the day I'm off to be able to do this, Nathan's not live.
Is this recorded?
Yeah, I'm busy recording now.
Oh, alright.
As I said, I'm doing it for a video.
Oh, very good. I'm glad I was a part of it then.
Yeah,
I'm glad I stood out of it most of the time.
I like your post in Master B, Elijah.
Say again?
I like your post in Master B. You guys are missing a baller convo about the Ryzen. Lol, of all the days. But it was great. Yeah, I love the answers you guys gave.
See, even candidly, it shows that we exercise patience and we're not willing to go to the level of gym pandas.
Exactly. And I mean, I had quite a lot of times to get you guys all triggered up and worked up because I was literally being evasive and nonsensical and ignoring every rebuttal you guys gave.
Very proud of yourself, huh?
I was trying really hard not to be clever, guys. It's not difficult to be so dumb. I mean, it's very difficult to be so dumb.
I thought you sounded familiar, but if I would have looked at your name, I would have known. I didn't even look.
I literally had to create a new account for this because I was scared if I just changed my profile and stuff, you guys might just realize. So I went and I changed it. So I literally went and created a new account just for this. So guys, don't tell Nathan. Maybe I'll do try another time. This will probably only
those were exactly baller arguments to the team.
Yeah. So yeah, the day I decide to do it, there's no show. But you guys were awesome. So thank you guys. I hope to see you guys soon because this is going to be my last live stream tonight and then till next year. So you guys must have an awesome rest of the year and blessings to all of you guys. Thanks for taking part.
Guys, on flat side, all the best.
You too, guys. Blessings, guys. And well, I think you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Hopefully, I think it was awesome. Thanks for being such a great sport, guys. You guys rock. Like I said, I was really trying my best to actually give actual arguments like the ballers give, and I'm glad you guys got it. They did catch me in the end, though. I was wondering how long it's going to take, but it worked out. So just want to say thank you to everybody for coming. Yeah, you guys rock. Till next time, blessings. May the pressure be with you.